Good morning and welcome to Wake Up Real Estate. We are going to be talking listing lead generation with my guy, Joe Peterson and iList. We've got some cool updates and upgrades to the platform that Joe is going to be sharing with all of you, which I'm going to let him get to in just a minute. But before we do that, I want to tee up and give you some reasons why you should pay attention and you should check out iList. So number one, let me share my screen here. I will share a recent success story from someone that I referred. His name is Ed. He went and signed up at the link that you see scrolling across the bottom, growwithjosh.com/iList. A new fancy sign up page that looks like this, where you can go and get your free 14-day trial. So anyway, Ed went and signed up for that. Earlier this week, okay, May 14th, he posted in the iList Tech Group, Facebook group, and he said just activated his account, and then look at this. I think I already got a lead somehow, LOL, and that was I don't know, that was yesterday or the day before. So I thought I would start by sharing one of the ways that you can actually use the iList platform and technology to generate new leads. So Ed is someone that we've been helping with his Facebook ads. And we've been running this campaign here for buyer leads as a top of funnel ad. And we set up, Mike actually set this up late last week, and we integrated it with iList Monday or Tuesday, this retargeting ad. So showing the people that are engaging with that buyer offer, this ad that looks like this right here. Hold on, I'll give you the preview. Own a home in the Baltimore area, ? Curious what a buyer might pay in today's market. And tap learn more below for instant access to automated values. And when people click on learn more, they get taken to an iList home valuation page that looks like, well, I'll just bring up mine right here. That looks like this. And that's how Ed got a new lead so quickly from folks that were already engaging with the ads that we've set up for him. And those are going so well. He actually last week got a client that needs to buy and sell a property as well. So for more best practices on how we're using iList, we've got an entire section at wakeup.realestate. You can go and create a free account, wakeup.realestate. We've got an entire section under member resources dedicated to Zubilio and iList. And you can see some of the different ways that we're utilizing iList. And I'll give you the three big buckets that we're using it, the seller dashboard. Number one is with our current homeowner database. So anybody in our database that we have been able to identify as a homeowner, we use that to follow up with them, to create engagement with them. And in fact, earlier this week, I was able to get a potential $350,000, $400,000 land sale opportunity from one of the homeowners that was engaging with the seller dashboard. So that's number one, existing homeowners in the database. Number two, ads like the one I just showed you for Ed, whether it's a retargeting, so middle of funnel, or it's a top of funnel. We've got ads that you can swipe and deploy, or we can help you swipe and deploy when you go and sign up at growwithjosh.com/iList. And number three, with direct mail, following up with those different buckets, integrated with thanks.io, which you can get a free account at growwithjosh.com/thanks. They've got a direct integration there, and it works incredibly smooth and flawlessly. And I've been getting QR code scans on the regular from different ads that we've got running here. So for example, this is one where I've got a couple of scans that came in. Here's one that we got a couple of scans that came in. Those are people that are scanning the QR code and being taken to the iList seller dashboard, so they can check out not only different automated values, but also cash offers, which is part of Joe's update, and even other listing options. So it's a great tool. It's one that we highly recommend, that we've been using for a while. We've had Joe on several times, we believe in it, and we use it, which hopefully is what more could you ask for, right? This is something that I actually use in my local practice. So Joe, with all of that said, let's dig into some of the exciting updates and upgrades that you wanted to share with our audience here.
Yeah, awesome, man. Thanks for having me on. We've got some new features that have rolled out that make everything that Josh just talked about easier, right? We've always done it, but now we're trying to make it fast, effective, and easy for you. And just to kind of highlight a couple of other things, like Ed's having great success. The email marketing features that we have built for KV Core, Follow Up Boss, and others are driving amazing results. And Ryan with Thanks.io literally sent me a testimonial from a client yesterday or the day before where they got a 10.2% engagement rate from direct mail using the functionality. Like, and that incredible. Is, if follow direct mail, that's probably 2 to 3 times the average engagement rate. And it's awesome watching the functionality, the automation take place. So Josh, what I wanted to do today is not necessarily like review everything we do, but highlight a couple of features that we rolled out that will literally add massive value to what you just talked about. Beautiful. So let me hit share on my screen here just really quick. Let me grab make sure I've got my right monitor. Give me 1 sec here. Let's go entire screen. Let's grab this guy. All right, here we go. So let me kind of walk you through a couple of things. One, you might notice we have a new improved website. It's full of resources. It's full of how-to guides. It's full of links that'll add tremendous value for you. But we talk about what Josh just said, the importance of focusing on sellers, the home valuation, diving into the email marketing, direct mail. So check out the new improved site. It's loaded with information. But let's get into the fun stuff that I wanted to talk about. So let's go in, and I'm in just a demo dashboard here for just a little bit, Josh. But what I wanted to highlight, let's kind of go in the order you just went down. Let's talk about if you are working with Josh and his team on social ads, or maybe you're running your own. We now give you amazing cash offer pages and home valuation pages that you can customize. The power of our pages, when a seller types in their address, immediate results, data, cash offers, values. And in fact, here's kind of a snapshot of what some of our pages look like and the functionality built within them. So let's actually just type in an address here on this sample landing page. And let me just highlight to everybody how these tools work. Let's go out to Tampa today. And what we're going to do is run this value. And instead of capturing data from a consumer, we always lead with value first. When you lead with value, you're going to get more engagement. So without asking a seller a single question, we're able to show their house, highlight you, display the best APIs in real estate, allow a consumer to engage with the value of their house. We are able to give them instant cash offers, which is what Josh was talking about a while ago, and even introduce listing options that you customized for your business directly to a seller. When you lead with value like this, your engagement is going to skyrocket. So when Josh was talking about Ed and those social media ads, think of that experience. A consumer literally opened up the ad, typed in their address, received instant data on their property, which leads to conversions. Now, Josh, one of the features I want to highlight that we have rolled out, which helps agents, one, be alerted real time, but also track data, is inside of their visitor report. Let me just get mine to open. Inside their visitor report, we are now bringing in the address, name, email, phone number, what they clicked on, what they were looking at from QR codes, home valuations, cash offers, and all of this data is notified right back into your CRM. So there's no more guessing on links. You know exactly who's doing what and when, and you're notified real time when they're clicking on those actions. So a lot of agents a lot of agents are concerned, like, well, how are you getting their information if we're not asking for it up front? Well, when you lead with a value, you actually get better information. And just because we're not asking for it does not mean we're not capturing it, right? There's just different ways to do it. So our landing pages combined with the new address capture features are driving amazing results. And then Ryan, let's get down to the database engagement, because I know personally I talk to several agents every single week that literally reference, hey, Josh set me up on this within my CRM, and I am getting 30, 40, 50 site engagements a week by using this. So Josh, our database engagement is probably one of our most powerful features, because what we do is we take our automation and put it directly in your personal CRM. You're not using a different service. It's in your CRM where your leads and stuff already are. So Josh, and I know you give your group awesome things within KV Core, but if they're using, let's just say they're using Follow Up Boss, for example, right? Well, now users can click on Follow Up Boss. We give them 3 different things. We give them the action link that they can just copy and paste and put into Follow Up Boss emails. We also give them all of our email templates pre-built for Follow Up Boss. And we also give them all of our SMS templates pre-built for Follow Up Boss. So Josh, in a matter of 2 or 3 minutes, a user can copy every single email built for Follow Up Boss into their Follow Up Boss account and have an automated sequence rolling for cash offers, home valuations, listing strategies directly to their network. And the best thing about this is when a homeowner clicks on any one of these emails, when they click on any one of these emails and they click that link, guess where it takes them? Straight into your world where they see their property values and offers immediately.
Yeah, love it.
So it's awesome giving them that format. Now they can edit those emails however they want to, but we give them that starting point and it's built instantly for them inside their CRM. So that is one of our, we are seeing amazing results come in from that world. And Josh, saving the best for last, talking about the cash offer world, we have seen a massive spike in cash offer engagement as the market is shifting currently.
Yeah.
I think just yesterday alone, our users had 8 or 9 cash offers accepted from various vendors. So if you're talking about cash offers, we connect you to Zoodelia, Open Door, OfferPad, Easy Knock, hedge funds, and more at the click of a button, right? That's the national world. But Josh, here is a feature that we just launched that I think is going to be one of those pivotal features. We kind of talked about it last time I was on. It was not live yet. Now it is. We give agents the ability to create and customize their own personal buyer network. So check this out. When you open up your buyer network, you can either add your own buyers, names, buy boxes for locational and property attributes. You can add your own buyers in here, or you can copy this link and just send it out to your buyers and say, hey, if you want to be a part of my network, click on this link. They actually build their own profile out in your world. And then Josh, you have pre-vetted, invited buyers already part of your network. So now when you click a button to send a property out to the national buyers, and you can also send it to your own personal buyer network, they receive an entire email with every photo, property attribute, you name it. And it's a link where your personal network can just click make an offer, and offers will automatically show up on your side.
That is very cool. And that is, man, there's so many implications of that. Like the really savvy agents might use that as an opportunity to build their database, right? If you don't
100%.
already have those buyers, you can use that as a hook to find those buyers in your market and tease off market or pre-market opportunities where you can make an offer before it hits the open market. Man, that's my gears. You got the gears turning. And it's funny that you mentioned the cash offers accepted yesterday. on our mastermind every Wednesday at 1 Eastern, we do a mastermind. You can check out the replays of those at wakeup.realestate in the top right nav. And Andrew Robinson mentioned yesterday that he has a conditional acceptance on a cash offer from, I think it was from OfferPad, or I can't remember. I think it was OfferPad. But it was a property that needed some work, and it just made more sense for them to sell it as is using one of those platforms, which is great. And you see that activity, but the one of the big benefits of having that in your tool belt, the ability to provide cash offer options, is only a small percentage of folks that request those are going to accept them, but a large percentage that request are going to sell in some form or another in the next 6 to 9 to 12 months. And that's where the real money is for all of us, is those listing opportunities where the cash offer options didn't make sense, but there's still motivation and a need for our services.
That is my favorite type of seller. When I know they're interested in that world or asking questions about it, it shows me their motivation. And you're right. Yep. 90, 92% of them are not going to work out, but that is the best potential seller lead you could ask for. Now, let me just highlight for those of y'all who might not have seen this feature. When we're talking about cash offers, pretty much everybody knows what cash offers are, but here's what makes iList unique. You can literally go to any property, you can hit request offers, and we can send it to Easy Street, Zoodealio, OfferPad, like we just talked, Open Door, Zoom Casa. By the way, news update on this, Zoom Casa is our newest cash offer partner, and feedback from our users is amazing. If I were to send this property to Zoom Casa, within 30 minutes, I'm not only going to get an email, but a phone call from Zoom Casa asking me what my sellers are thinking and wanting to do, because they want to cater that offer to meet your seller. So it is absolutely awesome. And very cool. I can send it to my personal buyer list, which I just highlighted. So when I come down here and hit go, I am going to have multiple offers landing on my side immediately. And over the next, 24, 48 hours, I'm probably going to have 3 or 4 more offers come in from my personal network. And this property has not even hit the market yet. So when you're talking to sellers and using a lot of the tools that Josh gives you, like, imagine being able to have an initial conversation with a seller and say, hey, before we even talk about marketing your property, I'm going to send it to the best of the best nationally. But also I've got 20, 30, 40 vetted local buyers I'm going to put your property in front of while we're discussing strategies here. That separates you from every other agent in the market. And we are about to enter into a value-added world where what value are you providing to your client, right? What separates you from the world? And this is just one of the features that makes it very, very easy to create conversations and convert over to opportunities.
Think about it too. If you for sale by owners, the ability to actually have an offer, you're not bait and switching them. You're not, it's no nonsense, right? Like we have a simple scripting process. Hey, so-and-so, is the property at blank address still available? Great. Would you be willing to pay a finder's fee if we brought you an acceptable offer? Awesome. Hey, I was able to get some preliminary offers for you. When can I stop by to review them with you? Or if you prefer, we can hop on Zoom, and then you've got you're providing actual value. And listen, as the market continues to shift and change, for sale by owners, if they haven't already in your market, are going to find it more difficult to sell on their own. And so, that the ability with that specific audience alone to be able to have that value add is, that alone is worth the cost of the platform here.
Yeah, absolutely. And speaking for sale by owners, one of my favorite options, because we're all about allowing you to provide instant value up front, but also create and customize your own listing options. One of my favorite options we have is the free platform. Because when I speak to FSBOs, I kind of have a similar conversation to what Josh said. But if they're still on the fence, I say, hey, you know what? Here's a free platform. Come in, add your property, create it, get access to a dashboard. Everything's free. I want them to come into my world. Why? So I can click one button and bring them those offers and have that conversation like Josh just mentioned. So being able to actually have the options and tools, what they're looking for, and being able to give it to them instantly is where we're heading and what we need to be thinking about.
Yeah.
And speaking of the instant world, Josh, you mentioned thanks.io. We have a direct integration with thanks.io. It's one of my favorite out there. And I was just telling you about that user that got a 10.2% engagement rate using this.
Which I just want to double click on that. You undersold that a little bit. The average response rate to direct mail, depending on what source you go to, is like 0.5% to 1.5%. So 10+% is like, that's exponentially more engaged people. And that doesn't guarantee that those people are ready to list their home with you tomorrow. But if they're curious enough to scan a QR code on a direct mail piece that you've sent them, there's some level of interest. They might be thinking about refinancing or pulling out equity in some way, shape, or form, or they might be thinking about or in the early stages of selling, or you might have just hit it at the right time and something has changed in their life and they are ready and open to a discussion of exploring cash offers or a traditional listing.
Exactly. And I know Josh gave the link to come in here and play with it, but I cannot recommend this enough, right? If you have think how easy this is. Agents all the time tell me, well, I don't have any leads. First thing I ask them is, well, do you live in a neighborhood? Yes. You are surrounded by potential leads. You just don't know how to engage them. So what if you could take those addresses or inside thanks.io, draw a little circle, get the addresses, and immediately send them something talking about values, talking about maybe exploring offers, maybe a combo of the both. And the only thing you have to do, we automatically create a dynamic URL for you. You drop that into your thanks.io account. And guess what? When they get that postcard and they scan that QR code, guess what opens up immediately on their house? I mean, on their phone, their house. Because with direct mail, here's what we've learned. If they scan a QR code, just out of curiosity, right? But then they have to do something, take action, your engagement is going to plummet. But when they scan it and they immediately see the front of their house, values and offers, they're going to explore that. They're going to click around. And every time they click around, you're being notified real time. Think of what you could do with that data. Like I said, like Josh said, it might not be right now, but you're building a database of intent-based leads. And that is something where it's you could probably get a lot of leads at maybe even a more effective cost than something like PPC, for example. And it's just, this is a tool that you have sitting here, and thanks.io is amazing at that. So take advantage of these features and this automation that is built out. And every time a QR code comes in, check it out. This person here in Miami scanned a QR code and I get notified real time they looked at their house. Yeah. Now, Josh, if I were to take this tag, send it back into KV Core for you, that this person scanned a QR code, the first thing you're probably going to do is put them on a follow-up sequence automatically. And now you've got follow-up and conversations built in for you. That's what we want to bring to the table for everybody here. So the features we just rolled out, where we can actually track the names of engagements, be able to give you the email templates in your CRM, whether it's Follow Up Boss, KV Core, Sierra, you name it, right? We can now drop our email functionalities in there for you. And on top of that, I think this personal buyer network one is going to be massive, because it's actually something you as an agent can control, and that is how you can start adding value.
So here's what you should do right now, at least what I would do if I were you. I'd go to growwithjosh.com/iList. I would sign up for the free 14-day trial. I would also recommend you check out the Facebook group, the iList Tech group. And then it just so happens that today is Thursday, which means it is, as far as I know, iList Mastermind at 1:30 Eastern. So you have to calculate for your time zone, but you can check that out as well. And then I would also, I don't want to throw too much on your plate here, but you can check out the resources that we have so you can actually implement as quickly as possible. Now, if it were me, this is what I would do. I would sign up. I would join the group. I would check out the mastermind. But the first actual application I would use would be with your existing homeowner database, whether that's 10 people, 100 people, 1,000, or 10,000 people. Those are people that you already have in your database for some reason or another. And we have templates that you can send out, and Joe does too, where they don't have to opt in. They don't have to do anything. Just like Joe was talking about with thanks.io, the value there, they literally click the link or they click the button and they are immediately taken to their dashboard where they can play with, where they can check out the different values. They can play with the values and they can check out the cash offers. Then your dashboard gets populated with all these people that for some reason or another, and it might be that they were just curious, but most likely there's some intent, there's some reason why they're checking it out. Now you've got a full list of more engaged people that you can invest more time and energy into, whether it's a personal call or text or a personal video message, right? One great strategy is everybody in your dashboard, you record a personal video message with their dashboard up, their name flashing on the Make It Big app, and you just asking, hey, just curious. It looks like you were checking out your seller dashboard. Which of these values do you think is most accurate? Or you may have someone like I had earlier this week that replied, ha, 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 because he thought the values were way off. And the reality is I checked and he was right because the data there was something wrong with how many beds and baths were being reported. And it wasn't an iList thing. It's like the tax database has the wrong information, which changed the values. But that created an opportunity for me to acknowledge the fact that, George, you're absolutely right. These numbers are way off. Here's more what it looks like. And that created an opportunity. So, there's still work involved, but you can use technology to provide value and demonstrate the type of service that you can provide, and then invest more of your time and energy with folks that are more likely farther along in the process or farther down the funnel versus just, blindly trying to get anyone and everyone to consider doing business with you. So go sign up for your free account, check out the Facebook group, join the mastermind, and then get those homeowners in your database re-engaged. The first time I sent that out, I had like 135 people.
I remember when you did that, we were watching it going like, oh my gosh, look at this. It's like, it was, I send a lot of things to Josh to test for me. And like, that was one where it was like the eye-opening thing of like, man, when you put the right message and the right call to action in front of your audience, the results speak for themselves.
Absolutely. So Joe, thanks for spending some time here, giving us some
thanks for having me.
Updates and upgrades. I hope everyone here will check it out. If you're currently using iList, get back in there and check out the updates and upgrades. If you're not, get your free trial and play around with it. You've got 14 days to see if it's a good fit for you. And if you need help with, okay, what else can I do with the tool besides my existing homeowner database, I'm happy to chat. Joe and his team are happy to chat, or just go into the Facebook group and say, what's working for everybody else here. If you want the direct mail templates that are absolutely crushing it for us right now, all you have to do is ask for those as well. We'll give you those. Ryan is happy to share those. And you can check out growwithjosh.com/thanks to get a free account with thanks.io as well. Joe, thanks so much. I hope everybody has a great weekend, and we'll see you again real soon.
Awesome. Thanks. We'll talk to you soon.